Welcome, everyone. Lance Scurv here, the Scurv Podcast. The name of this segment is Why Do They Hate Your Peace? The Hidden Enemies of Your Peace of Mind. There comes a point in life when you get tired of living in constant chaos. You get tired of the arguments, the drama, the emotional roller coasters, and the endless distractions that steal your peace. After enough pain, enough disappointment, and enough hard lessons, you finally decide that your peace is worth protecting. You begin to value your mental health, your emotional stability, and your spiritual well-being more than the approval of others. The moment you begin to change, something strange happens. The same people who are comfortable around the old version of you suddenly become uncomfortable. They don't understand why you no longer react the way you used to. They don't understand why you no longer participate in gossip, arguments, or emotional battles. What they're really struggling with is the fact that they no longer have access to the version of you they could control. Many people become accustomed to a certain version of us. They remember when we would react instantly to every insult. They remember when we would carry the weight of everyone's problems on their shoulders. They remember when we allowed ourselves to be emotionally manipulated and distracted by every piece of bad news and every unnecessary conflict. When that version disappears, it forces people to confront something they may not want to face within themselves. Peace is powerful. It is not weakness. It is not surrender. It is not avoidance. Peace is often the result of surviving battles that could have destroyed you. Peace is earned through pain, experience, wisdom, and self-control. It is one of the most valuable things a person can possess because it cannot be bought, borrowed, or faked. Unfortunately, not everyone celebrates your peace. Some people become disturbed when they see you thriving without the confusion and dysfunction that once surrounded your life. These individuals can be called spirit disruptors. Their mission may not always be obvious, but their impact is unmistakable. They enter your life carrying negativity, confusion, and emotional burdens that threaten to disturb the peace you fought so hard to create. Spirit disruptors often reveal themselves through patterns rather than direct attacks. They constantly bring bad news. They always have another problem, another complaint, another conflict, or another crisis. Every conversation seems to revolve around negativity. Every interaction leaves you feeling exhausted rather than inspired. These individuals rarely bring solutions. They rarely encourage growth. They rarely promote accountability. Accountability? Never that. Instead, they feed on confusion and emotional instability. They seem most comfortable when situations are chaotic and uncertain. The more drama surrounding them, the more alive they appear to feel. What makes spirit disruptors particularly dangerous is that they often disguise themselves as caring individuals. They may present themselves as friends, family members, supporters, or concerned acquaintances. On the surface, they may appear harmless. They ask questions, they check in, they show interest in your life, yet beneath that interest may be a desire to study your peace rather than celebrate it. Some people gather information not because they care about your growth, but because they are searching for weaknesses. They want to understand how you changed. They want to know why you are no longer emotionally available for the same games and distractions. They want to discover whether there is still a way to pull you back into the chaos you escaped. The truth is that misery often becomes uncomfortable around emotional discipline. A person who has learned self-control becomes a mirror that reflects the lack of self-control in others. A person who chooses peace exposes those who thrive in conflict. A person who establishes healthy boundaries forces others to confront the boundaries they never established for themselves. There are individuals who build their identities around dysfunction. They have become so accustomed to drama that peace feels foreign to them. Silence feels uncomfortable. Stability feels suspicious. Healthy communication feels boring. When such individuals encounter someone who has developed emotional maturity, they may feel threatened without fully understanding why. Your calm presence becomes a reminder of what they lack. Your discipline becomes evidence of their own undisciplined behavior. Your growth highlights the areas where they have refused to grow. This is why some people become agitated when they can no longer provoke you. They miss the old reactions. They miss the arguments. They miss the emotional responses that gave them a sense of power and influence. Your refusal to participate in dysfunction removes the fuel that once fed the relationship. The more peaceful you become, the more obvious these dynamics become. Suddenly, you notice how certain conversations always leave you feeling drained. You notice how some individuals only reach out when they need something. You notice how some people never discuss goals, solutions, or personal growth. Every interaction revolves around negativity and emotional turmoil. Your awakening to these patterns is not arrogance, it's awareness. It's the result of finally paying attention to how different people affect your spirit. One of the greatest acts of self-love is learning that not everyone deserves unlimited access to your emotional world. Too many people have been taught that protecting themselves is selfish, but in reality, healthy boundaries are necessary for survival. Your energy is valuable. Your focus is valuable. Your peace is valuable. Allowing anyone and everyone unrestricted access to those resources can be incredibly damaging. Just because someone wants your attention does not mean they deserve it. Just because someone calls does not mean you must answer. Just because someone demands an explanation does not mean you owe them one. Many people spend years carrying emotional burdens that were never theirs to carry. They become exhausted because they allow others to dump their fears, frustrations, and negativity into their lives without limitation. Eventually, this constant exposure begins to affect their mental health, emotional stability, and physical well-being. Protecting your peace requires intentional decisions. It requires recognizing when a conversation is becoming toxic. It requires recognizing when a relationship is built on dysfunction rather than mutual growth. It requires recognizing when someone is consistently disrupting your spirit rather than contributing to your well-being. Boundaries are not walls designed to keep everyone out. They are filters designed to determine who deserves access and who does not. One of the most overlooked forms of wisdom is paying attention to how you feel after interacting with certain people. Your spirit often recognizes danger before your mind fully understands what's happening. After spending time with someone, ask yourself simple questions. Do you feel inspired or drained? Do you feel peaceful or anxious? Do you feel focused or distracted? Do you feel stronger or weaker? The answers to these questions often reveal more than words ever could. Many spirit disruptors expose themselves through the emotional residue they leave behind. They may smile in your face. They may speak kind words. They may claim to support you. Yet every encounter leaves your spirit feeling heavy. Every interaction leaves you carrying emotions that were not there before. Your intuition is a gift. Your inner awareness is a gift. Learning to trust those signals can protect you from years of unnecessary pain and distraction. The peaceful life you're building deserves protection. It deserves respect. It deserves careful attention. Anyone who consistently threatens that peace should be evaluated honestly, regardless of their title, relationship, or history with you. Many of us have survived storms that nobody knows about. We've endured heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, loss, and emotional warfare. We've fought battles in silence while still finding the strength to keep moving forward. Because of those experiences, peace becomes sacred. Once you finally create a life that feels balanced and healthy, you cannot afford to allow others to turn your spirit into their playground. You cannot afford to hand over your emotional stability to people who have not learned how to manage their own emotions. You cannot afford to sacrifice your progress to satisfy those who are uncomfortable with your growth. Protect your peace without apology. Protect your focus without guilt. Protect your energy without explanation. Not everyone deserves access to the version of you that fought so hard to heal. Spirit disruptors will always exist. They will always search for openings. They will always be drawn to the light because they are uncomfortable with their own darkness. But their presence does not have to determine your future. Choose peace. Choose clarity. Choose emotional stability. Choose yourself, and never allow anyone to make your spirit their playground again. I learned that from experience. Oh, I learned that from experience, and I protect my peace relentlessly, almost violently. Not that I'm gonna do anything violent, but if you put your hands on me, trust me, you'll be picking up your teeth like bloody chiclets. That's how fierce I am in protecting my peace, and I love it, but I've learned. The spirit disruptors have taught me, now they can't touch me. Like MC Hammer made the song years ago, can't touch this. You might have touched me before, but you can't do it again. I hope this has inspired you. Don't let anybody have emotional access to your world. Keep them out. Have your peace. Enjoy your 24 hours a day as much as you can. And don't let them have one piece of it. I'm speaking from experience, y'all. You know I love you all. Take care. Lance Scurv out. I'm happy that you are here. On to the next one. And as always, peace.